When I got out of high school, I had a chance to get into service. It wasn't a chance. I was going to get drafted. So rather than get drafted, I thought I'd take a choice of what I would want to be. So I joined the Air Force and I got in the cadet program. And I went through that cadet program and finally ended up through navigation school. From there, we ended up going overseas. Flew 13 missions, got shot down on my 13th mission. I was a POW for a matter of 2 months is all. It was closer to the end of the war. So I was very fortunate in that part. After the service time, I went right to work. In fact, everybody coming back from service were getting their 52-20, what they call $20 a week for 52 weeks. I never got any of that. I just went to work and just didn't care for the 52-20. I wasn't going to lay around and do nothing. My father-in-law was a contractor, and I started working with him, and I spent 55 years with him. I had knee surgery, and then right after knee surgery, I came down here. I can't sit still. I got to be doing something.
The Erie City Mission has been connected with Santa's Helpers for the last 12 years. And over that time span, there have been thousands of toys that Santa's Helpers have crafted lovingly and have been donated to the Erie City Mission. We turn that around and then distribute those toys to needy families within the Erie community. And without the help of Santa's Helpers, we couldn't be able to accommodate all of those families. It is the loving, helpful hands of these great volunteers who work through the whole year that make this possible.
Believe it or not, even these days, a lot of children wake up without toys. And if it wouldn't be for Santa's Helpers, they wouldn't have them. Some of the things that they make is tremendous.
When I first started here, I was making toys. I started 2 days a week, and then it just progressed to the point it's been 4 days a week. And I started in '88, so this will end up in 26 years, you know.
A few years ago, at his job, Harry broke his arm, and he was out of commission for a few months, but he still went to work. Harry is one of our longtime parishioners here. He's been an usher at the 7 o'clock Mass for more than 40 years. In terms of our festival, Harry is one of our money counters. He's there each day of the festival, no matter what the heat, no matter what the weather, he's there. He was involved with putting in the parish gas well any number of years ago.
One thing unique about Harry, he does not quit. He has donated, in 1 year, more hours than some people actually go to work.
Never complains, always willing to help you. Stops what he's doing to help you. If you're doing something, he walks by and sees there's the easier way or a safer way. Safety is important, you know.
You know, a lot of these guys that started here were office helpers. They didn't even know which way to hold a hammer, you know, and so they ask for instructions and you try to give them what to do so they can do it safely.
Well, when I first came here, Harry was the leader, and he ran a good shop. I was just a simple baker, and he taught me a lot of using the toys, using the machinery, using the drill press, using the lathe, and using the table saw.
Right now he's not making a toy, but he's upstairs in the heat, cleaning up we have boxes with patterns in it, and some of the patterns aren't in them, some of the parts wouldn't work in a new one, so he's going through all those, straightening them out. A lot of people will just go to Harry right away. I mean, when something you can't find, I always go to Harry. He always knows where everything is. So.
Here's where we store most of our toys. These are all patterns. We got these, and would you believe we got probably 5 times that in that other building. As you see here, all these boxes, then every now and then you get a guy like that that's been a bad boy and they put him back in here. This is just some of the wood that we have here. Old wheels, Anything that we can use, we kind of store up in here. Try to straighten some of this stuff out here. They're looking for items that they couldn't find, and they want to know where did you put it, or where can I find it. I got a pretty good idea where most of the stuff is and what we own and what we have.
Well, if it was just for something to do, his wife told me he had a long list of honey-do lists. So I'm quite sure it goes way, way beyond that. He loves what he's doing, and one thing he said is that kids smile, catch your heart, and that's why he does what he does.
Best thing that we can say about Harry in terms of his involvement in the parish, in the wider community, and in his family is this, and then some too. He does what's expected of a good father, a good husband, a good community member, a good parishioner, a good Christian, and then some too.
If you could only witness firsthand the joy and the blessing of these individuals, these children, the lights come on in their eye, parents who otherwise would not be able to provide a gift for their children because of the poverty in which they're living. This is all made possible, and we're so grateful.
You know, there's a lot of poor kids in the neighborhood. I mean, there are some kids that never had a toy in their life. And then you got to consider too, lately we've been getting a lot of the immigrants, they don't know what toys are. That's what it's all about.